Morning, class 11. So here we are again with our another topic, uh, that is the fermentation as well as formation of acetyl coenzyme A. In our previous lecture we have finished with our 10-step process, that is the glycolysis. I can directly jump to our another cycle, another important cycle, that is Krebs cycle or tricarboxylic acid cycle, but no, see, we have to discuss each thing step by step. So let's first discuss about the fermentation little in more detail, and then we will see that how does pyruvic acid change into acetyl coenzyme A before entering into the Krebs cycle. So let's see that what is fermentation. All of you know now that fermentation is an anaerobic process. It happens in prokaryotes as well as in the unicellular eukaryotes. In prokaryotes, you can mention the example of bacteria, right? And in unicellular eukaryotes, you can mention paramecium, green alga. There are multiple examples of. So basically, in these organisms, there is a common process, that is anaerobic process. In our case, in the skeletal muscles, those which are helping us in movement during the continuous exercise or continuous work, we observe the anaerobic process, in which basically pyruvic acid is changing into the lactic acid. What is anaerobic? Is it a partial or it is a complete or incomplete? It is a basically incomplete oxidation of glucose happens in the anaerobic process. Then as you know that in last lecture we talked about that glucose change into pyruvic acid, and in fermentation pyruvic acid releases CO2 and it forms ethanol. Enzyme which are used during this process, that is called pyruvic acid decarboxylase as well as alcohol dehydrogenase. There are two steps. One side it is CO2 and one side it is ethanol, and this reaction is done with the help of two enzyme, that is alcohol formation. During the alcohol formation, alcohol dehydrogenase, and carbon dioxide release, that is with the pyruvic acid decarboxylase. So these two enzymes play major role in the fermentation. So this was was our process of glycolysis. I have not written all the steps here, but we will just see a broad view that glucose was changing into glyceraldehyde 3 phosphate. From this point we formed a simulatory path, that is NADH2, and then finally we got the pyruvic acid. Now this pyruvic acid has two options: either it forms the ethanol, or sometime in our muscle case it forms the lactic acid, and that time it is now using this NADH2, right? This NADH2 is again now used during the fermentation process. The NADH2 which was formed in glycolysis, that was completely used. It is completely used in the anaerobic process. It means in anaerobic process we don't have now any kind of NADH2. So what is the main point you need to notice here, that during alcoholic fermentation, one thing that this concentration, this is because we are forming alcohol, so sometime when the concentration reaches up to 13%, because this ethanol formation, that is your C2H5OH, where is it happening? Where does this take place? That is take place in yeast. So when this concentration of alcohol reaches to 13%, these yeast cells, they start becoming the poisoned ones and they start dying there. So fermentation, will fermentation happen after there will be no yeast? No, fermentation stopped at that point, right? So the concentration when these yeast cells get poisoned, that is the 13%. Now, but in few bacteria, like we talked about, in few bacteria and in skeletal muscles during exercise, pyruvic acid is not changing into alcohol, it is changing into lactic acid, but no CO2 is released here. An enzyme which is working here, that is the lactate dehydrogenase. And what was the enzyme which was deforming alcohol ethanol? That is alcohol dehydrogenase. Here, because we are forming lactic acid, so enzyme will be lactate dehydrogenase. Now see, in fermentation, NADH plus H positive for as in glycolysis, NADH plus H positive was produced. So in fermentation, that get reoxidized to NAD positive. I already told you that this NADH2 which was produced during glycolysis, it get reoxidized, right? It get reoxidized during the your fermentation process. So no NADH2 is now left, and net production only is the ATP molecules. And how many ATP molecules? Only 2 ATP molecules. As you can see, this glucose when changed into pyruvate, then there is a formation of NADH2. When this pyruvate, it is forming the ethanol, then this NADH2, it is used and reoxidized to NAD positive. And now we don't have any kind of assimilatory part, that is the NADH2. There is no NADH2 available. That was all about the fermentation process. This, or the anaerobic process, you need to know that net production of ATP. Why it is net production is 2 ATP molecule after deduction from energy part during glycolysis, because you are using, this process is using NADH2 here. So no additional now power we have. Let's talk about now aerobic respiration, which is going to be very essential process for us. It is a complete one difference now, you know that anaerobic is incomplete oxidation, and it is complete oxidation of organic substances in the presence of oxygen. So now pyruvic acid, where it is present till now, it is present in cytoplasm, but because it is aerobic respiration, so now your pyruvic acid will start moving into mitochondria. So major events of aerobic respiration can be, just you can I can tell you the summary which we are going to study in the 2 points, that we are going to study about complete oxidation of pyruvate, that all the hydrogen atoms will be removed, and ultimately at the end oxygen will be left in the which, and where this process is going to happen, that is the matrix of mitochondria. And then there is second is that we in ETC there will be passing on of electrons, and these passing of electrons, that is done during the when hydrogen, or you can say protons, they are removed from the inner membrane space and they are thrown out in the matrix. And during this in a transfer of protons, electrons are passed on to O2. So O2 combine with these protons and give rise to formation of water. This step, don't worry, that is just I'm giving you the idea that what we are going to study in our Krebs cycle and etc. Otherwise we are going to discuss these whole steps in complete detail, but you should understand that what are the major events, that is one is in the matrix of mitochondria and one is in the inner membrane of mitochondria, that is your ETC, for the synthesis of ATP, and one is during the, and in matrix of mitochondria there is the CO2 formation also. Now before we when we talk about our citric acid cycle, so before that cycle we need to understand that what happened to pyruvic acid. Now we said that pyruvic acid is moving from cytoplasm, right? And from cytoplasm it is moving to the mitochondrial matrix. Now in the mitochondrial matrix, in the presence of enzyme pyruvic dehydrogenase, there is a oxidative decarboxylation takes place. So pyruvic acid plus coenzyme A is added here, plus in the presence of NAD positive, and with the help of enzyme pyruvate dehydrogenase as well as magnesium ions, there is a formation of acetyl coenzyme A plus NADH2 positive plus CO2. That is our first step of citric acid cycle. That first is your, or you can say that your tricarboxylic acid cycle, that there is the pyruvic acid is going to first form into acetyl coenzyme A, only then it will enter into the cycle, right? So pyruvic acid, we will need coenzyme, we need NAD. So it will change into acetyl group, that is acetyl coenzyme A plus NADH2 is formed and CO2 is released here. So acetyl coenzyme A, it is a connecting link, means if acetyl coenzyme A will not be formed, then we cannot start our cycle, that is your TCA cycle. So it is a connecting link between glycolysis and TCA cycle, which is your tricarboxylic acid cycle, or you can say that is your citric acid cycle, which is our next lecture about the complete detail of this cycle. So this is now, this lecture gave you idea that what is fermentation and what is so special about the aerobic respiration, that it happens, two major events happen in the matrix of mitochondria as well as in the inner membrane space. So I will see you in my next lecture. Till